Okay, welcome to a new class. Welcome to class number 98. Not bad, we're past halfway, finally. We are past halfway because we have passed the halfway point. Do you understand the grammar here? We're past halfway because we've passed the halfway point. We passed it in the class yesterday. So congratulations, eh? Cuesta abajo ahora. Now it's downhill. We've gone uphill and now downhill. So we're moving forward, we're progressing, we're making progress, we're advancing little by little, step by step. But now let's review a moment from class 97. All right, camera number 1. Okay, here we are. Okay, are you ready? Ha habido bastantes fracasos. There have been quite a few failures. Ha habido bastantes éxitos también. There have been quite a few successes too, or as well. Success, éxito. Successes, mucha S aquí, ¿no? Successes, éxitos. Pero los fracasos han predominado sobre los éxitos. But the failures have outweighed the successes. The failures have outweighed the successes. Pesar es to weigh. To outweigh es predominar sobre una cosa sobre otra. To outweigh. Y aquí tenemos el participio outweighed. Okay, so the failures have outweighed the successes. Ella no te quiere. Bueno, en este caso, él no te quiere. Solo está detrás de tu dinero. He doesn't love you. He's only after your money. He doesn't love you. He's only after your money. Daría mi brazo derecho por tener una mujer como ella. I'd give my right arm to have a woman like her. A woman. Plural, women. Women, no woman. Women. One woman, two women. I'd give my right arm to have a woman like her. All right? ¿De verdad crees en los fantasmas? Do you really believe in ghosts? Do you really believe in ghosts? I believe in ghosts. I've seen 2 ghosts in my life. All right? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in the magic of learning? All right. Do you really believe in ghosts? Déjame que te enseñe. Déjame que te enseñe el camino. Let me show you the way. I know the way. Follow me. Come with me. I know the way. Let me show you the way. Voy a usarlos contra ti, eh? I'm going to use them against you. I'm going to use them against you. Yeah. You said a lot of things the other day in the courtroom. Things you shouldn't have said. You opened your mouth, as usual. You have a big mouth. And you always open your big mouth and say things that you shouldn't say. And now, I'm going to use them against you. And you'll be sorry you said those things. You'll be sorry you have a tendency to talk too much. But now it's too late. I have them on tape, and so I'm going to use them against you. I'm going to use them against you. ¿Se sabe algo? Any news? Any news? ¿Se dice eso? Mucho. Igual que aquí. ¿Se sabe algo? No, todavía nada. No news. Bueno, a veces dicen, no news is good news, which is not always true. Any news? No news. Any good news? No good news. Any bad news? As far as I know, no. No bad news. Nothing. No news. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. ¿Se sabe algo? Any news? Todavía están intentando conseguir que funcione. They're still trying to get it to work. Yeah. It's a very complicated machine, okay? The company has spent over $1 million for this machine, and it requires a lot of maintenance. And the machine can save the factory a lot of money in the manufacturing process, but it's a sensitive and complex machine, and they're still trying to get it to work. ¿Funciona? Does it work? No funciona. It doesn't work. Están intentando hacer que funcione. They're trying to get it to work. Yes. ¿Para qué estás haciendo eso? What are you doing that for? I told you not to write down things I say. You have the student's manual. You don't need to write things down. Everything is here. Come on. Everything, practically everything, don't write things down. Because when you're writing things down, you're not listening to me 100%. And besides, the things you write down, each particular thing is really not important compared with the opportunity to hear English, to listen to me speak. So, ¿para qué estás haciendo eso? What are you doing that for? Me? What am I writing things down for? To learn them, to memorize them, to study them? Don't. Relax and listen. ¿Para qué estás haciendo eso? What are you doing that for? Hay oro más allá del horizonte. There's gold beyond the horizon. Más allá de beyond. All right? Me escapa. No entiendo. It's beyond me. It says más allá de mí. Más allá de mi comprensión. Me escapa. It's beyond me. ¿Crees en el más allá? Do you believe in the beyond? All right. The beyond. Más allá de esas colinas, verás que hay muchos lagos. Beyond those hills, you'll see a lot of beautiful lakes. But until you go over the hills, you won't see the water. So beyond those lakes. Y hay oro más allá de aquel horizonte. There's gold beyond. Palabra bonita, ¿eh? El sonido bonito. Beyond. Se suele alargar un poco la segunda sílaba. Beyond. All right, el más allá, the beyond. There's gold beyond the horizon. Horizon. Sus ojos de ella. Horizon. Como under. Horizon. Es horizon, pero se pronuncia horizon. There's gold beyond the horizon. The sun comes up over the horizon and it sets over the horizon. There are two horizons. Well, it's round. But concerning the sun, there's the eastern horizon and the western horizon. All right? Okay. There's gold beyond the horizon. Would you like to come with me to find it? I know the way. I'll show you the way. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello everyone, my name is Leila, soy Leila y hoy vamos a hacer una clase de repaso. Estoy aquí con mi alumna Ana. Ana, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you at home, how are you doing? Are you ready to begin? Yes? How about you? Are you ready to begin?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready to practice a lot?
Yes, I am.
Okay, fantastic. Then let's start, okay? Conditionals, everyone's favorite. Okay, I'm going to give you some sentences in Spanish, okay, both of you, and I want you to translate them into English for me, okay? I want perfect intonation and pronunciation. Okay, let's go. The first one. Si él llama esta noche, me alegraré.
If he calls tonight, I'll be glad.
Okay, I'll be glad or I'll be happy.
I'll be happy.
Okay, can you say that one more time for me? Make sure that you contract.
If he calls tonight, I'll be happy.
Exactly, okay? If he calls tonight, always contracting, I'll be happy. Okay, good. Si llamara todos los días, me alegraría.
If he called every day, I'd be happy.
Exactly. Okay, now without the say it a little bit more naturally.
If he called me every day, I'd be happy.
Okay, now you added me, but that's fine. Okay, so if he called every day, I'd be happy. All right, now the third conditional. Si hubiera llamado anoche, me habría alegrado.
If he had called me...
Okay, now here we want to always contract. If
he'd called yesterday,
he'd called, okay, anoche. Not yesterday, anoche.
Last night. Last night. Okay. If he'd called last night, I would have been happy.
Okay, good. If he'd called last night, I would have, always contracting, would and have, I would have been happy. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good. More, más. Si haces los deberes esta noche, te daré 15 puntos. This is what I tell my students on the MIP, okay? Si haces los deberes esta noche, te daré 15 puntos.
If you do your homework tonight, I'll give you 15 points.
Exactly. Wow. God, her intonation is almost perfect. Casi no te puedo corregir nada. Okay, a ver, en casa, estáis repitiendo en voz alta, ¿verdad? Okay, so Anna's going to say it one more time, okay, and I want you guys repeating at home. It's very important that you repeat, okay? One more time.
If you do your exercises tonight...
If you do your homework.
Your homework,
right?
okay. If you do your homework tonight, I'll be happy. No, I'll give you 15 points.
15 points, okay? So if you do your homework tonight, I'll give you 15 points. Okay, good. Si hicieras los deberes todos los días, te daría 15 puntos.
If you did your homework every day,
If you did, good. Sometimes you say did.
Ah, okay.
If you did, it's that short I sound. Eso es también problemático para los españoles porque mi alumna es... Where are you from? Tell them.
I'm from Brazil.
She's from Brazil. Okay, she's Brazilian. All right, pero siempre, muchas veces tenéis tendencia a decir did en vez de did. Es un sonido muy cortito. Did. Okay? One more time.
If you did your homework every day, or yesterday.
Si hicieras los deberes todos los días, te daría 15 puntos.
Okay. If you did your homework every day, I'd give you 15 points.
Exactly. If you did your homework every day, always contracted, I'd give you 15 points. Okay, fantastic. Now, we're going to move on to the second part, which is a translation list. ¿Sabéis lo que nos encantan, los translation lists? Okay, so again, I want perfect intonation and pronunciation.
Okay.
Okay? Y vosotros en casa, siempre practicando en voz alta. All right? Let's begin. Okay, the first one. Ha habido bastantes fracasos.
There has been a lot of...
Oh, careful. Fracasos, it's plural. Okay, so there have been.
There have been a lot of failure.
Bastantes. Okay, so here we want to use quite a few.
Okay.
Quite a few.
Okay.
Okay?
There have been quite a few failures.
Failures. Exactly. Okay? There have been quite a few failures. Okay, Anna, can you say it just one more time for me?
There have been quite a few failures.
Exactly. Good. Pero ha habido bastantes éxitos también.
But there have been a lot of successes.
Okay, so we want to use quite a few.
Oh, sure.
Otra vez. Bastantes, quite a few. Okay?
But there have been quite a few successes also.
As well.
As well.
Okay? Say it one more time for me with more enthusiasm.
Okay, there have been quite a few successes as well.
Exactly, okay? Quite a few, bastantes. All right. The next one. Pero los fracasos han predominado sobre los éxitos.
But the failures have, I can't remember.
Predominado en este caso, we want to say outweighed.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
But the failures have outweighed the successes.
Exactly, okay? But the failures have outweighed the successes. Okay, great. Él no te quiere. Solo está detrás de tu dinero.
He doesn't love you. He's just after your money.
Okay, he
doesn't love you. He's only after your money.
Exactly. He doesn't love you. He's only after your money. Okay, the next one. Daría mi brazo derecho por tener una mujer como ella.
I'd give my right arm to have a woman like her.
To have a woman like her, exactly. I'd give my right arm to have a woman like her. Anna's going to say it one more time for me.
I'd give my right arm to have a woman like her.
To have a woman, excuse me, like her. Exactly. Okay, well done.
Thank
very,
you.
Very, very well done. Lo habéis hecho igual de bien que ella, ¿verdad? Okay, well, that's all the time we have. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Welcome back. Conditionals again. Are you ready? Will you call me if you have a problem? Would you call me if you had a problem? Would you have called me if you had had a problem? It's easy, but difficult. Let's look at camera one and practice some more. Me llamarás si tienes un problema. Futuro de condicional. Me llamarás mañana si tienes un problema. Will you call me? Esto es la más fácil. It's exactly the same as in Spanish. Will you call me if you have a problem? Lo que pasa es que en castellano muchas veces decís, si tengo un problema, te llamo. Si no tengo un problema, no te llamo. Which is not really correct Spanish. Si tengo un problema, te llamaré. You need to use the future in the second part. And in English, you must use the future. If you have a problem, call me. Okay, good. If I have a problem, I'll call you. Y ahora mismo, si tuvieras un problema, me llamarías, ¿no? And now, if you had a problem, you would call me, wouldn't you? Yes, Richard. If I had a problem, I'd call you. I promise I would call you. If I had a problem, but I don't have a problem. If I had a problem, I would call you. And yesterday the same, right? Of course. I didn't call you yesterday. Well, I know you didn't call. And why didn't you call? Because I didn't have a problem. Would you have called me if you had had one? Of course I would have called you if I'd had one. Well, why would you have called me if you had had a problem? Because I promised you that I would call you if I had a problem. I promised I would call you if I had a problem. So if I had had a problem yesterday, I would have called you. And if I have a problem tomorrow, I'll call you. In the future, if I have a problem, I'll call you. And if I had a problem right now, I would have called you. And if I had had a problem yesterday, I would have called you. But I didn't. But I would have called you if I had had a problem yesterday because I promised that I would call you anytime I had a problem. Can you hear the differences in the sentences? Okay, one more time. Tomorrow I will call you, no, call you. Tomorrow I'll call you if I have a problem. And in the future, I promise, I'll call you if I have a problem. Okay? And right now, if I had a problem, I would call you. But I don't. I don't have a problem. So no problem. No problem. I don't have any problems, okay? Everything is perfect. But if I had a problem right now, I would call you. If I had a problem right now, I would call you. And the same goes for yesterday. I didn't call you yesterday because I didn't have a problem. But if I had had a problem yesterday, I would have called you because I promised that anytime I had a problem, I would call you. But yesterday I didn't. So I didn't call you. But I guarantee you, yesterday, if I had had a problem, I would have called you. All right? If you want more money, I'll give you more money. So, but you need to ask me. I'll pay you more money for your work if you want. If you want more money, I'll give it to you. If you want more money, I'll give it to you. And in the future, if you need more money, I'll give you more money. If you need more money in the future, I'll give you more money. I have all the money I need. How much do you need? 300 euros? Here, 300 euros. And tomorrow, if you need any money, I'll give it to you. All right? And if you needed money now, I would give it to you. No, Dad. Papa, no. No, Dad, I don't need any money. You don't need any money. Right now, you don't need any money. You know I haven't given you money for 2 months? You're not spending any money? If you needed some money now, I would give it to you. You know that. If you needed some money now, I would give it to you. And of course, last week, if you had needed some money, I would have given it to you. If you had needed some money last week, I would have given it to you. But apparently you didn't need any money because you didn't ask me for any money. If you ask me for money, si me pides dinero, te lo daré. If you ask me for money, I'll give it to you. And in the future, if you ask me for money, I'll give you some, no problem. And right now, if you asked me for some money, I would give it to you. And last week, if you had asked me for some money, I would have given it to you. Okay? Yeah. If I have enough time, I'll give you a ring. Si tengo tiempo, te daré un toque telefónico. If I have enough time, I'll give you a ring. And tomorrow, if I have enough time, I'll give you a ring. Right now, I don't have time. If I had some time right now, I would give you a ring right now, but I can't. I'm sorry. I'm too busy. I'm in the TV. Can't you see me? I'm teaching on television right now. I can't call you right now. If I could, I would, but I can't. If I could, I would, but I can't. If I could, I would, but I can't. If I had time now to call you, I would call you right now. But I don't. Maybe later. If I have time after this class, I'll call you. I'll try to call you, okay? But now I can't. If I could, I would, but I can't. If I had time right now, I would. And before the class, I didn't have time either because I needed to talk to Maria about some strategic questions concerning this class. But before the class, if I had had time, I would have called you. You know that. Don't get upset. Come on. Laura, tranquila, no te disgustes. Don't get upset. I'll call you after the class. If they let me, if I have a moment, I'll call you after class. I didn't call you before the class because I swear, te juro, I didn't have time. I would have called you if I'd had time, but I didn't. I would have given you a ring. If I had had time. And right now, if I weren't on television right now, I would call you. If I weren't on TV now, I'd give you a ring. If I weren't, si no estuviera en la tele, delante de las cámaras ahora mismo, te daré un toque. If I weren't telefónico, if I weren't on TV right now, I would give you a ring. I would call you. And if I had had time before the class, I would have, contraction would have. I would have called you. And after the class, I promise, if I have time, I'll call you. Son los tres condicionales. Si tengo tiempo, te llamaré. If I have time, I'll call you. Si ahora tuviera tiempo, te llamaría. If I had time now, I would call you. Y antes de la clase de haber tenido tiempo, te habría llamado. If I had, si hubiera tenido. If I had had time, I would have called you. All right. And now our sponsors are calling. So let's take a short break. You know, I only have 1 minute now to teach you something. It's not enough time. If I had more time, I would teach you more things. And yesterday in this same little segment, this 1 minute segment in yesterday's class, I really didn't have enough time to do anything productive. If I had had, si yo hubiera tenido, had dos veces seguidas, ¿no? Cuando lo hablamos rápido, if I had had a few more minutes, I would have. If I had had a few more minutes yesterday, I would have taught you something useful, but I didn't have enough time. Right now, I don't have any time, too. If I had more time, es had una vez ahora si tuviera. If I had more time now, I would teach you something, maybe tomorrow. If I have time tomorrow, I'll teach you something productive. Let's take a short break. I have another teacher waiting, but I'll be back.
Hello, my name's Richard, the other Richard, of course, and I'm going to carry on doing those conditionals to death, okay? Machacándoles hasta la muerte. Okay, with me is Nieves. How are you, Nieves?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Are you nervous? Because today is not going to be easy. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okie dokie. What we're going to do, we're going to practice the 3 different conditionals in the interrogative, okay? So I'm going to give you the Spanish, and you have to come up with the English, okay? Everyone at home too. I don't want Nieves to be suffering alone. You have to all suffer with her, okay? It's really important. Me lo dirás. Me lo dirás si lo sabes. Okay, the future conditional. Me lo dirás si lo sabes.
Would you tell me if you know it?
Yeah, good. No hace falta decir if you know it, okay? You don't need to say that. Will you tell me if you know?
Okay.
Lo sé, I know. No se suele decir I know it, okay? I know, yeah, I know. Will you tell me if you know? Okay, let's ask the same question in the context of the second conditional. Me lo metería. Me lo dirías si lo supieras?
Would you tell me if you knew it?
Good. Or if you knew.
If you knew? Sorry.
Okay, don't forget, we don't need it. Would you tell me if you knew. So will from the first conditional becomes would in the second. Will you tell me if you know becomes would you tell me if you knew. Know in the other clause becomes knew. Okay, so there is a certain logic to all this. Okay, the last one. Me lo habrías dicho si lo hubieses sabido.
Would you have told me
Muy
if
bien.
you had known it?
Good.
If you had known? If you had
Bien,
known?
it's it. Por favor. Okay, muy bien. Would you have told me if you had known? Con la contracción, if you'd known. Fantástico. Excellent. Another one. Me lo dirás si te enteras.
Would you told me
Futuro, the future conditional. Me lo
if
dirás
you know it? No. If you will know it.
si te enteras, if you find out.
If you find out.
Okay? Will you tell me if you find out? Okay, the second conditional. Me lo dirías si te enteraras.
Will you tell me?
Would you
tell me if you
in the past?
found out?
Muy bien. Would you tell me if you found out? Now the third conditional. Me lo habrías dicho si te hubieses enterado.
Would you have told me if you had known it?
Good. Or if you had
No.
found out.
Oh, if you had found out.
Got everyone will find out. Muy bien. Okay. Lo harás. Okay, in the future. Lo harás si te pagan.
Will you do it if they pay you?
Will you do it if they pay you? To the second conditional. Lo harías si te pagaran.
Would you do it if they
Okay, pay se convierte en paid.
paid?
Okay, one step back in time.
Okay.
Would you do it if they paid you? Lo habrías hecho si te hubiesen pagado.
Would you have done it if they had paid you?
Would you have done it if they had paid you? Muy bien. ¿Irás si te invitan?
Will you go if they invite you?
Good. Will you go if they invite you? Ahora, ¿irías si te invitaran?
Would you go if they invited you?
Excellent. Good. ¿Habrías ido si te hubiesen invitado?
Would you have gone if they had invited you?
Fantastic. Estás arrasando. She's doing great. I hope you guys at home are doing just as well as Nieves. And by the way, are you watching how well she's improving? Because you're doing it perfectly each time now.
You're a great teacher, Richard.
Well, no, it's for the mechanism. Huh? When you start to compare the first conditional with the second conditional and the third, you realize the logic.
Yes.
And it
you
becomes
do.
easier and easier. Cuanto más se practica, más se aprende. Okay, how do you say that in English? The more you practice,
the more you learn.
the more you practice, the more you learn. The more, twice, huh? The more you practice, the more you learn. The next one. ¿Me ayudarás si te lo pido?
Will you help me if I ask you?
Perfect. Ask you, perfect. We don't say ask you it, yeah? Will you help me if I ask you? ¿Me ayudarías si te lo pidiera?
Would you help me if I asked
So
you?
would you help me if I asked you? Es más fuerte la K, ¿eh? Asked.
Asked.
Eso es. Again?
Would you help me if I asked you?
Good. And now in the past?
Would you have helped me if I have asked?
If I had...
If I had asked you?
Muy bien. Can you do that one more time? And everyone at home too? Along with Nieves?
Would you have helped me if
Helped,
helped me if I had asked you?
Good. Would you have helped me if I had asked you? Excellent. ¿Lo cambiarás si se rompe?
Would you change it
In the future, yeah?
in the
Lo
future.
cambiarás mañana si se rompe.
Will you change it if it breaks?
Excellent. ¿Lo cambiarías si se rompiera?
Would you change it if it broke?
Muy bien. Okay. And in the past, imagine yesterday, ¿lo habrías cambiado si se hubiese roto?
Would
Yo
you
lo hago
have-
fatal, ¿eh?
Would you have changed it if it had broken?
Again, ¿en cuál quedamos?
Would you have changed it if it had? Oh, sorry.
Sí, vas. You're going to do it. You're going
Would
to
you
do
have
it.
changed it if it had broken?
Excellent. Would you have changed it if it had broken? ¿Lo comprarás mañana si es barato?
Will you buy it tomorrow if it's cheap?
¿Lo comprarías si fuese barato?
Would you buy it if it were cheap?
Muy bien, were, okay? With the third person and with the verb to be in the second conditional, we always say were. If it were cheap, if they were cheap, if I were here, if I were there. Okay, siempre igual. And in the past, ¿lo habrías comprado si hubiese sido barato?
Would you have bought it
Good.
if it had been cheap?
Fantastic! Eres la mejor. Okay, lo descargarás, okay, en internet. Lo descargarás si es gratis.
How do you
Descargas
say-
to download. Okay,
Okay,
everybody
yes.
at home too. To download something, you download music, you download a film, for example. To download, descargar en internet. To download es regular.
Yes.
Como verbo. Entonces, lo descargarás si es gratis.
Will you download?
Will you? Yeah.
Will you download it if it's free?
Good. Will you download it if it's free? Lo descargarías si fuese gratis.
Would you download it?
Load, not loud. Load.
Load. Would you download it if it were cheap, free?
Free or cheap, da igual. Okay, good. Would you download it if it were free? Y lo habrías descargado si hubiese sido gratis.
Would you have downloaded it?
Downloaded, okay, it's regular. Again?
Would you have downloaded if it?
Downloaded it.
Would you have downloaded it if it had been free?
Excellent. Would you have downloaded it if it had been free? Very important question to learn there. Okay, the next one. ¿Saldrás si llueve? Mañana.
Will you go out tomorrow if it rains?
Okay, will you go out tomorrow if it rains? ¿Saldrías si lloviera?
Would you go out if it had rained?
No.
If it rained.
If it rained every day, yeah? Would you go out if it rained every day? The second conditional. Don't forget, after the if, in that clause, in esa oración, you need the past tense, if it rained. ¿Habrías salido ayer si hubiese llovido?
Would you have gone out if it had rained?
Fantastic. Okay, muy bien. I hope you guys did as well as Nieves did, because she did an absolutely stunning job. That was brilliant.
Thank
Great,
you.
good stuff. Keep practicing your conditional. See you soon. Ciao.
Okay, telephone numbers. How often do you dictate telephone numbers? I do it often, and often people dictate telephone numbers to me. Let's practice this a bit in this segment, okay? Camera number 1. All right. You know, one problem I have, I get irritated when people call me and leave a message on my cell phone. They say, llámame a este número, and they say it so quickly. They say the number so quickly that I need to listen to the recording a second time to catch the number. And I remember a few cases in which I needed to listen to the message about 5 times to try to catch every number, because they said it so quickly. When I leave messages and I leave my telephone number or a telephone number, I say it slowly and I say it twice. I repeat it. 699-999-899. Let me repeat. Let me repeat. 699-999-699. Okay, etc. I hope nobody has that number, by the way. Okay, so let's practice. Take out a piece of paper. Do you have a piece of paper at hand? Do you have a piece of paper at hand, a mano? Yeah, take it out. Do you have a pencil or a pen? Good. Are you ready? I'm going to dictate some telephone numbers. All right? You ready to start? Okay, let's start. Are you ready? Number 1, 91-573-8627. Okay. The next one, 609-411-762. The next one, 34-847-2628. Okay. The next one, 1-912-873-4428. Do you have it? The next one, country code 1-617-555-8273. Do you have it? The next one. Country code 34-607-605-883. Okay. Do you have it? All right, the next one. Country code 34-274-822897. Do you have it? Okay. Another one. Country code 23-774-87 29, 13. All right. Are you ready for another one? Okay. Country code 9 147 22 18 03. Okay. One more. Country code 1 512 686 8687. Okay. All right. Did you get it? Let's go back. Now listen to the way I personally, this is my style. My style is shared by many people in the English-speaking world. When I dictate telephone numbers for another person, I do it by digits. Digits. Me personally, I don't say 27, I say 27. All right? Now, when I go to a hotel, for example, and if my room is 3627, I say 3627. 3627. Okay, I say 3627. Or if my room number is habitación 913, I say 913. I always say a digit and then a number, 913. I don't say 913. Room 913. But telephone numbers, no. I say it digit by digit. The first one was 91573 6827. Okay? 91573 6827. Okay? When we dictate numbers, we normally group them in groups of 3 numbers or 2. The standard way in the English-speaking world for a telephone number is a 7-digit number. And now, of course, in Spain, we have 9193, or we have 2 digits before for the city or for the region. Okay? So, 573, on the first number, 8627. Now, it's also possible to say 91573 8627. 8627. The second one, 903 411 762. 609 411 762. 609 411 762. Now the British and Irish often say 411. Let's look at the second number. 609 411 762. And sometimes I hear the British use treble. Si fueran 3 números seguidos igual. For example, 609, in vez de 411, 111, sería 609, treble 1, 762. Okay? The next one, number 3, the third telephone number. Country code 34, Código País. When I give people my telephone number, people who live abroad, I always start country code 34. Sometimes, for example, here in Spain, you need to press 00, okay, in order to get a line out, international line. Then you have the country code. For example, in the United States, the country code is 1. But here, the country code is 34. So when you talk to somebody, it's interesting for me, when I say the country code, I say 34. But when I say the city code, I say 91. No digo 91. No, 91. 34 847 2628. The next one, country code 1 912 873 4428. The next one, country code 1 617 555 8273. The next one, country code 34 607 605 883. The next one, country code 34 274 822897. I have 3 left that I can't cover. Again, we'll see them maybe in the next class.
Hello everyone, I'm Hannah. How are you today? We're here at the end of the program, at the final block with me and my student. We're going to get started with some vocabulary. But let's say hello to my student. Hi, David.
Hello, how are you?
Great, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I see you're ready there.
Yes, I'm ready. They told me today numbers. Okay, I'm ready for the numbers.
Okay. Wow, David is so anxious to get started. But first we're going to do some vocabulary.
Okay.
So we have to do some vocabulary and then we'll go to the numbers. Okay, let's start. How do we say resumir?
To summarize.
Great, very good. Repeat.
To summarize.
Perfect, great, good. So David said to summarize, to summarize. So we don't want to resume. Eso es un amigo falso. It's a false friend. So resumir isn't the verb to resume. To resume means continuar. It means to continue. So resumir is to summarize. Summarize. Okay, next we have bufanda.
Scarf.
Good, again.
Scarf.
Perfect, great. Scarf. Scarf. Ah, abre la boca aquí. Scarf. Scarf. Okay, next we have columna vertebral.
Spine.
Okay, great, good. Again, repeat.
Spine.
Perfect, fantastic. Spine. Spine. Okay, next we have pasar la pelota.
To pass the buck.
Okay, good. Repeat again.
To pass the buck.
Okay, great. So we don't want to say to pass the ball. Okay, to pass the ball, no. Pasar la pelota is to pass the buck. Buck, okay? And the pronunciation here, buck, is B-U, but the pronunciation is como si fuera que una B-A, okay? It sounds like B-A. It sounds like B-A, but you write it with a B-U. So to pass the buck. Okay, and finally we have atletismo.
Field and track. Track and field.
Okay, good. Okay, great. So a little bit of dyslexia there, un poco. So al revés. So track and field. Track and field. So tres palabras aquí. Track and field. So track is pista, literalmente, and field, literalmente es campo. So when we say track and field events, track events, field events, so if the event takes place on the track, then we say it's track event. And if it takes place in the rest of the field, then it's a field event. Pero todo junto, atletismo is track and field. Okay, great job, David.
Thank you.
Okay, now you can get your pen
Okay.
ready. And so be ready at home with your pen and paper. We're going to dictate numbers, but not just any numbers, telephone numbers. Okay, so I'm going to dictate them in a series of sentences, so pay attention to the phone numbers that I'm going to dictate. Here we go. David, I'm moving next week, and my new phone number will be 01943 783 273. And what will my new phone number be, David?
01943 783 273.
Great. Very good. Okay, show everyone at home my new phone number.
Okay.
Okay, great. So here, as you can see, we start with the number 0, cero. But when we say this 0 in a telephone number, we usually say O, okay, como la letra O, right? So we say 01943 78, is it a 7 or a 1? 783 273. Okay, great. Okay, excellent job. Now let's look at another phone number. Here we go. All right. If you have any problems, you can catch me at my hotel around 5 on 0033 91 0022 0011. Okay, great. So here I said double, double, double. Now what does that mean when I say 4, 3, 2, 1? It just means dos números seguidos, así. So 1 would be 1. 2 would be 2. Okay? So let me see if you got my number correct. Let me hear you.
It's 0033 91 0022 0011. double one.
Okay, double O, double one.
Double O, double one.
Okay, great. Eso es great. So double O, again for cero, for zero, usually when we say a phone number, we say O, double O, double O. So 00 would be double O. Okay, so show everyone at home the number that you have, and I'll read it again. So let me repeat. Double O, double 3, 9 1, double O, double 2, double O, double 1. Okay, perfect. Now notice here I said you can reach me, you can catch me, right? Me puedes llamar tal a tal número. So you can catch me, you can reach me, literalmente alcanzarme, you can reach me on double O, double 1 y tal. Dices la preposición on, okay, on, okay? Pero también in the United States we also say at. Okay, so that's very common. For example, when I give my phone number, I say, hey, you can reach me at 310-422-5555. Okay, so you can reach me at 919-445-0000. Así. So the preposition before, in the UK, they usually say on y después el número de teléfono, but in the United States, también, a lot of times we say at, okay? Pero fijaos bien, before the phone number, omitimos. We leave out the, okay? Because in Spanish, we say el 747, no sé qué tal. El, antes del número. In inglés, no. We don't say the 452-677, no. We quitamos the. Okay, next one. I changed my cell phone number last week. You can now reach me at 907-25-6433-180. Okay, so I said that very quickly. Let's see if David got the correct phone number. Okay, read your my phone number.
907-25-64-33-180.
Okay, great, good. I think I said 33, but
you said 33. Yes, you did.
But also that's also very American. Americans, we say double 3, pero no tanto como los ingleses. So for me, it's just a habit to say 33, you know. But you can say 33 or double 3. Okay, but again, for Americans, usually we say both, los dos, pero más el 33 separando. Pero in the UK, casi siempre they always use double. Okay, so esta vez I'm going to say double. So show everyone the number. So 907-25-6433-180. Okay, so double 2, double 4, double 5, or 4455. If you say 4455, no pasa nada, okay? But also be aware that a lot of people say double 2, double 3, especially in the UK. Okay, so please keep practicing these numbers, these telephone numbers, and I'll see you next time here. Bye-bye.
Okay, congratulations on finishing class number 98, which means that tomorrow we have class 99, which is the last two-digit class in this course. You'll never see a class again in 4.0 with 2 digits. We'll start with class number 100. However, I do recommend, yo sí recomiendo, fijaos cómo uso do al auxiliar en el afirmativo, sí recomiendo. I do recommend that you take advantage of the internet possibilities and that you watch these classes again or several times more to assimilate, to get a feeling for the language, to feel comfortable with the language and with the structures and with the sounds of my voice and the other teachers' voices, many different accents. It's a very rich course. Take advantage of it. See you tomorrow.